Hi, my name is Rich. You're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role-playing games with friends. I forgot I use the he, him pronoun. This is not Saturday, but it's a continuation because we had to reschedule, postpone a Saturday Star Wars Saturday game. This is the final session, final session of Plutonian Shore, at least this run of it. I think I may be running it again later this year. Plutonian Shore is scoundrels and spaceships, and I've gently sanded off the parts where the serial numbers were already filed off, and I like keyed in new serial numbers to make it Star Warsy. It's in development from Cloven Games, and it's been a joy to run. So let's go around the horn to have everybody remind us of our characters. But before we do that, let me say that we do have lines, veils, and ask first. So we have a number of those in our character keeper. Taking a look at them now as a reminder. And yeah, there we go. So it's all agreement. But if you have one you want to add in from this point, if you could let me know. I added a thing, or a thing has been added, doesn't matter. And on top of that, we have another safety tool, the X card. The X card trumps all of that, and it could be for a thing you didn't realize we were going to be talking about. It causes you discomfort or it kind of harms your fun. Trust you, you're adults. So your X card, we will pause play just so I can check in. You don't have to defend yourself. Don't need to tell us why you've X-carded it. I may ask a question of why it was X-carded if it's unclear, or I may just clarify with you, is it so-and-so, or that kind of stuff, just to make sure. Then we excise it from our play, and it's gone. We take a break. We'll see how the situation warrants. But please, if there's any desire, if you have that point where should I X-card, the answer is always, yeah, you should. You should totally go do that. Is okay. Your comfort as a person is much more important than this fictional made up elf games with pew pew blasters and laser swords that we're playing. So with all of that out of the way, let's quickly remind ourselves of our players and characters. I'm going to start somewhere different. Keith, you get to go first.
I'm so unprepared for that. I was used to one of the methods. I am Keith Stetson. I use the he, him pronouns. I am a gamer, educator, and designer outside of Philadelphia. All of my stuff is at Human Hand and Brain Games. And in this game, I am playing Sathron Gov, the neophyte Kefar, who at least at one point was a wide-eyed youth, still definitely a youth, but they have seen some things. They are the last hope of the galaxy and are taking that responsibility very seriously, have acquired a lightsaber and a training droid to help them figure out exactly how to use said lightsaber, hunted by at least two evil folks. I mean, let's probably both. I mean, Nyx claims not to be, but come on, you don't wear a helmet like that because you're on the good side. And it's trying to find their place in the universe and in the crew of the Belden Might.
Thank you so much, Keith. The next up is Alexi.
Yeah, speaking of not wearing helmets, I am playing Xyrus Drant, the fallen ex-Mandalorian. But first, I should tell people about me. I'm Alexi, he, him, and you can follow all my gaming endeavors online at Cloven Games. I'm super excited to get to be a player in this run of Plutonian Shore. Thank you so much for running it, Rich. It's been a blast. My character, Xyrus, laid aside his helmet and left the way, and has been trying to find some new way since then. He seems to have history with everyone. He is the enforcer, medic, and loose cannon aboard the Belden Might.
Thank you, Alexi. Bethany, you're up.
Hi, I'm Bethany. I use they, them pronouns. I'm on Twitter and itch.io at Bethany Harvey because I am bad with names. And I'm playing Val, the renegade. I was gonna say a scoundrel, but that was the Impulse Drive playbook. It's almost the same. Who is the new mechanic on the Belden Knight, and is maybe possibly exaggerated her qualifications to be a mechanic a little bit, tiny bit. but has more or less kept it together for the past, few hyperspace jumps. Although it is sort of has recently landed and is currently sitting in port, kind of listing to the side due to a broken landing strat. So,
Thank you so much, Bethany. And last but certainly not least is Kai.
Kai, the muted one. Not this time. So I am Kai. I use they, them pronouns. You can find me online at Kai the Gamer. I am playing Orana Besh, pilot come captain of the Belden Might. Not exactly where she'd hoped the mantle, or when the mantle would fall on her shoulders. She has a sister, and unimportant to the story sister, right? No, no, not at all. Who has led us to a bad place. And everything's going to be fine.
Indeed. Everything shall be fine. Quick reminder, do we have, I don't think we have any start of session moves. Yes, we have some end of session stuff. No one has any start of session moves.
I don't think so.
I didn't either, but I just, if I'd assumed that I was right, then I would have been wrong. So, there you go.
We'd ended the last session rolling the cut to the chase move, so we were kind of poised to find out what exactly was transpiring.
That's right. You had cut to the chase move. You guys got a mixed result. And just to remind us, cut to the chase, a job move. Your main objective, delivering. Sorry, I started to say Mirax, and I know that's not her name. It is Mirax. Wow,
Yeah.
Crap, I was right. Yay me. Mirax Besh, the middle sister of Orana's family. And that was your main objective, basic approach, land. Your captain rolled in a 7 to 9. Things are getting messy, but you're still in the game, and each crewmate narrated what they bungled or marked a condition, and everybody except for one person marked a condition, and the not condition was that one of the strats were broken, as Val had reminded us. So you guys, as we come in, our establishing shot is here, Ord Mandel. You guys have landed here in one of these circular areas. So it kind of reminds me a little bit of the landing area in Tatooine where Millennium Falcon was. But yeah, the Belden Might is a little bit of a tight fit. This was the only one of the landing bays that was big enough for you guys that they would allow you to land on. The Orbentel city is, of course, rife with the Black Sun, which is a powerful criminal organization known throughout the galaxy for being extremely vicious. Mirax had exited the ship and was escorted by a few Black Sun soldiers. They actually had, matching armor. It was black with gold highlights, and they had these helmets with the black visors over, look very fascistic and faceless and kind of scary. And they headed off with Mirax for this meeting that she said, don't worry, I'll be back in 4 hours. No problem. Some time passes. So I open this up. Does anyone have, we have the strut has broken. Sath, you were a little concerned about all the danger you brought to the crew, and also you've got this droid that doesn't have legs that is very excited about your first ignition of a lightsaber and ran you through a number of drills. And yeah, Orana and Zyrus, a person that you may care about, is there. So I'll just open it up. Does anyone have anything they'd like to do?
Where's the best place to like stare moodily after where Mirex has disappeared into the Black Sun complex?
Oh, I think maybe the gangway is down and you could just kind of lean against one of the little posts of it. Although the ship is a little askew, so maybe you actually want to exit the ship. That's up to you, because remember, one of the struts is down, so she's kind of reminds me of Millennium Falcon and Solo. If anybody's seen that, that was a very funny scene where it did not land and did not survive a full landing there.
No, I'll hang out on the gangplank, like bracing myself as needed.
Nice. Cool. What about you, Orana?
What am I doing? I am plotting as many pathways off this planet as I can think of, based off of, what if this happens, or what if that happens, or what if they have this many ships, or what if the strut's still not working? Like, everything I can think of, like I'm plotting and planning a way off this planet.
Fantastic. So I want you to scan your surroundings, because that's what you're doing, right? Trying to figure out your best way out of here.
Okay, I like that. So when I take the time to scan my surroundings, I will roll Savvy. Uh-oh. Savvy's at disadvantage. So
oh, goodness.
I will
Is that addled condition the one that you got during this trip here? Yeah, nice.
I'm sure it is.
You're still addled from the fact that you realized as Mirox left that she wore your best dress to look good for this.
Oh, man. That would be a little tight on her, I think.
It was.
I'm not as big chested as she is. Let's see here. Scan my surroundings. 3d6, take the lowest. 5 and a 1 is a 6, plus 2 is an 8.
Awesome. So yes, you're scanning your surroundings, trying to figure out what's the best way out, working out permutations and simulations. And I'll come back to you in just a moment. Right now, I'll just take that move and I'm going to put it on my shelf right here. But trust me, I'll come back to it. What about you, Sath?
I feel like Sath was the only one that didn't necessarily have any skin in this game. I mean, even Val had a bit of a connection to the Besh, at least from previous jobs, and there's a lot of nervous energy from that. So I think Sath was practicing lightsaber with proxy until like their legs or arm or grip or something gave out and just like physically can't do it anymore. Wouldn't be in the mess with that disgusting table. So I think I guess I'll ask you a similar question to Alex. What's the best place for a moody teenager to go and be by themselves and hope someone notices they've gone off to be by themselves and comes and finds them?
Ooh, nice. I think maybe you end up going to the turret, right? Because that was your last big glory. Not only that, when you go into the turret, you see the like pillow that Orana left behind, and like the blanket that she hid underneath the seat, because Orana has slept in the turret recently because she gave the bed up to Mirax. Even though Mirax said it's fine, we'll just pretend like when we were little, and I'll steal all the covers and probably kick you a few times. She didn't say the other parts, but that's what Orana heard, I would imagine.
It was implied.
It's implied, yeah. Totally implied.
Yeah, so I think I'm rehydrating in there and kind of absent-mindedly rubbing one of the cannon controls and maybe making pew pew sounds. Hopefully
Nice.
nobody walks in on that one.
Awesome. I mean, is this a thing like this moment, Sath? Would you want to touch the void? Or is that something you might actively I don't want to say not do, because I don't want to say avoid, because that sounds weird. But I didn't say that.
Avoid the void.
Yeah.
And I don't think so at this point. They
Okay.
definitely will be happening, but yeah, now it's just kind of like nervous waiting. Like, let's get out of here. How long has it been? Oh, only a minute later than it was. Okay. I'm not going to check the clock. I checked it already.
Cool. Quick check in with Val, and then I'm gonna string things back around again. But Val, are you gonna work on that strut, or are you just figuring?
I mean, yeah, I don't think we can. It's already a tight fit. Trying to take off at this angle without that's going to be a problem. So I have to go like try to find some sort of spaceship jack, which I assume they probably have around here.
They would absolutely
or
like
rent it, or
yeah, exactly. So you got to basically head out, find an engineer in this landing area, talk to them, see
Yep.
if you know what you can do about that. So yeah, let's say that you clunk 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 come down the gangway. Zyrus is there looking super broody, watching. Zyrus, by the way, as you've watched, you've seen this place. There are a lot of guards. They're just like patrolling. This is not what you have expected out of like Black Sun.
It just seems more like regimented than you'd expect from them.
Yeah, very much more regimented. Yeah, so Val, you see Val pass by Zyrus as she's heading over to try to find someone to talk to about getting some stuff.
Hey, you're going in there?
yeah, unless we have something aboard that can, well, you know, you're holding onto the rail for a reason. We're gonna have to lift up the corner to fix the strut.
Yeah, you shouldn't go in there without.
Wait. Hey, Seth, you can use the force to do that, right? Maybe I should go find Seth.
Oh, let's not mess with the force right here, right now. I don't want to bring down any more.
You're right. That would probably draw a little bit of attention.
Complications on us. But you shouldn't go in there without backup. I'll come with you.
I'm just gonna rent a jack.
You've seen this place. It's crawling with Black Sun guards, right?
Yeah, but I'm doing like the most legal, legitimate thing that I think I could possibly be doing right now. Sure, though. Come on. If you're looking for something to do, I guess.
Nice. The two of you head out of the main landing bay to try to find an engineer or somebody you can connect with, because at Val, you actually see that there are here on the like along the walls, there are all kinds of lockers, like huge things where they probably have lots of equipment and everything, but everything looks pretty tidy, locked away.
Right.
Probably not a thing you want to just go break into. So the two of you head and you go in and yeah, as the two of you see that there is a guard who's stationed by the last doorway, Zyrus, that you saw Mirex leave through. He's got a blaster rifle up like this, sees the two of you coming up. You're coming closer. It's pretty obvious that you're coming to talk to him.
Okay, what do you want?
Just looking for somebody to borrow, rent, hire some tools. That's our ship over there.
Yeah, I know. I imagine you want to fix the strut.
Yeah, it's going to be real hard to take off from this little bay without it.
And then he stops talking out loud to you guys, but you can kind of see that he's probably talking on an internal comm to somebody. And a moment later, he comes back.
Okay. I've got an engineer on his way over. It's a Deverodian by the name of Lakjit. He'll be here in a minute. Piss off.
Sure, thanks.
How do you like that, Cyrus? Getting badmouthed by some punk Black Sun soldier?
Yeah, I'm gonna stand like a couple seconds longer than is totally comfortable. Just like staring back at him uh, before I turn, because it seems foolish to start something.
We are
It does seem
extremely
foolish.
outnumbered.
Yeah.
Foolish, but entirely appropriate.
I'm for the moment, I'm sticking with Val here.
Nice. And I think we have a moment where like the camera is showing, it's like over your shoulder, and we can see in that gleaming black visor of the soldier, we see Cyrus's hard face kind of framed in the shot there. And there's that tense music that plays like, oh man, is this the moment? Is Cyrus going to go off? Is this guy about to buy it? Like, what's going to go on? And then Cyrus, you turn, because we see also in the reflection like Val's retreating figure as she's heading back to wait. And yeah, Val, Cyrus, you guys come back, and just a moment later on a little like hover scooter. It's like, it's not a swoop bike. It's literally like a little scooter comes zipping along. He's pulling a couple trains. You see this Deveronian. They're the ones that kind of look like devils. They got the horns and everything, except this guy's little chunky, kind of heavy set. And he says, hey, friends, I'm Lakjit, you need a thing? I got the keys to all this stuff here. What's going on?
Oh, perfect. That's exactly, you're exactly who we want to talk to. Well, you can see our ship. We need
You mean it's not supposed to land like that?
Yeah, laugh it up.
Yeah. Obviously we need to lift up to get to the strut to fix it.
Right. Okay, so we got we have a winch, we got a jack, we got some things here. Hold on. And he calls up a few items on a data pad. And he like selects a few things, like old hat. The guy just zips through menus really, really fast. He goes, here you go. All you need to do is sign off on that invoice. I'll get to work on the things. And he hands you the data pad and walks around and search. He's got this like big zip key with a bunch of keys, and he starts unlocking a bunch of the lockers, and a couple of droids start coming out and hovering around. And it looks like you're gonna probably need to go into debt here to make this happen.
Yeah, obviously, because like it's kind of a ridiculous, fee, but we don't have a lot of choice, and they know it.
Yeah, it's the over a barrel fee. You're currently going to have to take one whole debt in order to pay for getting this strut.
Yep.
Highway robbery.
Mm-hmm. Mirax is gonna owe us a lot.
We cut back to Sath, and like you're brooding, looking out the turret. You see these like pincer arms come out, and they start to lift the ship up a little bit, and then Val and this Lakjit individual start working together, coordinating, try to get the things going to replace the strut. It's a quick job, we work fast here, no problem.
Oh, that's good, because we're supposed to leave in 4 hours, so.
Whoa, well, we do what we can.
All right.
So you're getting to work. Let's go ahead and have you
Patch something up.
thank you. Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Like my brain zoned out looking at all the words.
No worries.
And
Hey,
I'm
Rich, can I
too
ask, like,
savvy for that.
how, like, roughly how long has it been so far? Like,
Oh, it's been like half an hour.
okay.
Okay.
So when Val's like, we have to, get out here in 4 hours, Cyrus is like 3.5, right? Like,
Nice.
he's clearly been keeping track.
Perfect.
Cool. All right.
Half an hour of brooding. It takes a lot out of you, Sath. Sweet. So we cut back to Orana as Val's getting to work, and I guess Zyrus, you're not getting in the way of a couple of mechanics / engineers, so you're back to brood mode.
I'll lend a hand if they need it.
Nice. Okay, well, let's hit that roll, Val. I forgot to actually see what you rolled.
I rolled a 12.
Holy cats and kittens, that is wonderful. When you patch something up, a device, roll +1 on a hit, you stabilize the target. You and anyone you're patching up can regain an edge or clear a condition. So the Belden might.
Cool. I have 2 conditions to get rid of here. Let's see.
right.
Which one do I want? Do I want disadvantage on warm or strange? I haven't used strange, so I'll use warm. Awesome.
Cool.
And I can
And
boost
the
its
Belden might did not.
capacities on a hit.
Yeah. Actually, the Belden might probably should have got limping as a result of that thing going wrong, but
Good
it's
point.
cured
Yes,
now.
it should have.
Yeah, limping would have been appropriate, but I didn't actually give it a condition, but you would have cured it by that roll. So good work. We cut back to Orana as things are worked on the Belden might. You're trying to figure out all of the eventualities, Orana, when
I do get one question though, right?
You do. Why don't you ask that question?
Okay, sure. Which is the obvious one. What is our best way out?
Sweet. Yeah, it's good that you asked the question now because there's a new piece of information that comes in as you're looking for the best way out.
My sister's already done. Great.
Well, actually, you see, you basically catch through long-range sensors bouncing in across whatever Orb Mantell has going on here. And you see that something has come out of hyperspace, something rather large, about twice the size of the Belden Might. And then just moments after it comes out of hyperspace, that one signal becomes 5 signals, 4 of them much smaller than the original, still large one. And you're rather sure that is the signal, most likely, of a Gazanti class Imperial cruiser, which of course carries TIE fighters. And they're headed towards Ord Mantell City, directly towards it. So what's your best way out? Miss the Imperials and go the other way. Except the Belden Might is kind of in a bind right now because got some pinchers and the landing strut's halfway done. Yeah, your best way out is to leave now, even though she's still in disrepair, even though Mirax is still in there. That's your best way out.
Cool. I'm glad I did all this prep work.
Paid off.
It paid off, right? Oh, man.
And Saf,
I was just thinking, is there a disturbance of the force? He hasn't said anything. I might be getting off scot-free.
You get a disturbance in the force. You feel something far off but coming closer. And when you get that feeling, you immediately feel something else that makes you feel uneasy much closer. So ping happens way far away, just like a low hum that if it were any closer, it would annoy you a lot. And as you're starting to become aware of it, you feel warm, weird sensation less than a football field away.
Kark. Get up, take the blanket off that I was curled up in, and just start stalking out into the hallway like, I don't know what this is, but we're going to have to find out.
Nice. Cool.
So I'd like
Orana,
to do something. Yes.
yes, I was cutting back to you because you're the one who got some interesting information. What do you want to do about that?
I would like to go into debt and hire the services of the Black Sun for protection.
Is that a thing you could do?
I don't know. I'm asking.
Well, I mean, if you have an old family contact, when you use an old family contact to acquire resources, maybe that's a possibility.
Oh, okay. No. No chance of just doing that on my own. All right.
It is a playtest, so I like to try to push towards moves.
It could definitely be like it could be that move. It could be like finding the person you need to negotiate with and turning on the charm, of course.
That's
Right,
true.
right,
You could
right.
demand to see somebody who's in charge here, and maybe even cut someone down to size with a stinging remark, such as that guard that just told Xyrus and Val to piss off. I mean, we all know that pissant needs some comeuppance. Just saying.
Alrighty. Old family contact. Old family contact. Do I need to come up with this person, or can you?
If you don't have one offhand, I certainly can help. Maybe Lekjit is an old family contact that you works for the Besh Corp or worked for the Besh Corp, or their uncle does, his uncle does. I don't know. It could also be somebody that is on Ord Mantell, who's very influential. Could be a lieutenant from the Black Sun that has really is the person who kind of is the end for Mirax trying to negotiate these new mining contracts with the Black Sun. Just throwing out some ideas. Any of those sound good or yummy?
Could I grab Black Sun member Mugak Tor on row 18?
Why, yes. That certainly looks like a Black Sun lieutenant to me.
Okay. They look like I don't know what
That is a
race that?
Zabrak. That is the species they are, and they look mean. So
Yeah.
I'm happy to have you. I moved up the pick a little bit higher. So
Cool.
Yeah, those
Oh,
Darth Maul head spikes. That's the Zabrak for you.
that's right.
I was looking at the sword on the back.
Yeah, I think that's a hot little vibro sword handed down through many generations of Zabrak.
Okay. So I need to roll a warm. I have a +1 on warm, and I am not chilly, so I don't have to worry about rolling at disadvantage.
That's good.
And +1, and survey says. Whew.
Nice. Old family friends. We use an old family contact to acquire some resources, a cash infusion, false identity papers, fancy invites, etc. Roll plus warm. On a hit, they've got the goods. And what you're looking for is you want the Black Sun. You want a Black Sun connection. You want them to help you because their Imperial's on the way. Correct? Making sure
Correct.
I interpreted it correctly. Awesome.
Yes.
So how do you reach out to Mugak Tor? Is this a thing where you reach on the comms, or what are you thinking?
Aranda's got this Rolodex full of dangerous women from all over the galaxy, basically, right? Like, because because like you had the scene with your old TIE fighter pilot buddy last time around, right?
I don't think we're buddies anymore, but yeah. Yikes. Yeah, Rolodex. There's the callback. I guess what I do is I I think I know her code. It's old, but it should still work. And I call it on the system to see if I can pull her up.
Nice. So you do that, and there's a brief pause, and then the hollow comes up. It's blue. You can see that she's sweaty. She's wearing some kind of like gi or something. She has her vibro sword out. It's like this two-handed deal. You can hear the low hum. The thing is still vibrating, and evidently this is some kind of like, hover drone type deal that's recording her. And all of a sudden a guy comes in and she like slashes across his attack and then flips him over, turns around, faces towards some other attacker that she's looking at, that but you're faced against her. She glances. Kark, Orana, what?
TIE fighters are incoming and I'd like your help.
That's your piece of poodoo ship out there? You're here with Mirax?
We are the delivery vessel for Mirax, yes.
And then somebody comes in and like clocks her in the face, and she growls and then stabs with her her vibro sword, and you hear like and what do you okay, of course I've got your back. You owe me.
Oh, I owe you. I owe you big.
Okay.
Thank you for being the only one in the universe that doesn't question everything I do.
Right. And she dances back a couple steps, preparing for another attack. I'll send a squad your way. You guys are going to have to give up that ship.
Give up temporarily?
We'll work out details. Talk to you soon. Flick.
Okay. Kark. Okay, Keith isn't here. I was gonna call on Seth, but
Your comm unit goes off, Orana. Audio only. It's Mirax's channel.
oh, thank goodness, she must be done. Click.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, here, and I'm not.
Are you okay?
Not okay. It was a total. Some stupid.
We're coming for you.
Really need your help.
We're coming for you.
Okay, please.
This is okay. And I click off and I breathe for 1 second and head out. I'm running out of the ship. I'm running to find Xyrus. I'm running to find Seth. I'm running to find Val.
Sweet. Seth is still brooding, but Xyrus and Val, Xyrus, you're helping out. Val, you guys have got the new strut. Basically, we don't exactly have a new strut that exactly works. This is Old Republic tech. You know what I'm talking about? We can bend this thing. That's fine. And so he's like bending the strut out and adding some new supports. And it's like a Bondo wonder that he's working on. They added some new, and then Orana comes running down the gangplank, Xyrus and Val.
Orana, what's wrong?
This was a setup against my sister, and there are TIE fighters incoming. I have hired the services of the Black Sun to protect us. They are on the way.
What?
I have done what I needed to do to protect this crew. We need to get to safety. Where the hell is Seth?
Xyrus has like started running towards the Black Sun complex, at the words, it was a setup, right? So, yeah, I'm going to let fly an attack against an unsuspecting target. just gunning down that one Black Sun guard immediately, so that we have an easy entrance.
That sounds awesome. Please do that thing.
All right. So with my loose cannon move, I can completely exhaust my ammo to take an automatic 10+ here. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
what does this look like?
Blasters blazing, just shooting down this guy who mouthed off to me earlier.
Sath, so what you witnessed is like boredom. Arana runs down the gangplank of the ship. You're of course looking through the plastisteel, transparent plastisteel thing, part of the turret, and Arana gesticulating wildly. Xyrus walks away from Arana, shoots a dude in Black Sun armor. Like, what does that look like, Xyrus?
Oh, I mean, like it looks like just Xyrus shooting from the hip repeatedly to blast the guy down, and then stepping over his smoldering body to walk right into the complex.
Nice. And you casually go down and grab his code cylinder, and the door opens up.
That's what I do. Yes.
Totally. Yeah, Val, you just heard Xyrus's blaster, and then there's the dude, and Lackjet looks at you and goes, "We're cool.
Arc.
I can hide."
You should leave.
You should hide or leave
He's
and then
gone.
hide. Something.
He's out. He's going.
Yeah.
He's just out. He's going the other way. He's taking a door that goes outside of the thing and not into the
much
complex.
Smarter than us.
Cool. So Arana, Val, and Sath, it looks like Xyrus has gone into the complex.
What just happened? What's going on?
Imperials are on the way. This was a setup. I need to save my sister. Come with me.
That must be what I felt. There's something far away, but there's something close up too.
That's incredibly helpful. Come on.
Grab your sword. We need you.
Aw. As soon as when Val said that's incredibly helpful, I have the lightsaber ready to go. I'm like, this will be.
Good luck, Master Gov!
Thanks, Proxy.
Oh boy.
Sweet. I think we are now reached the point of if you're Edgeworth, that's true. That would be pretty good for comic relief there. Defiance of all authority.
I'm definitely laughing.
Sweet. Sorry, that's not coping. That's actually comic relief. Cool. So, Xyrus, you have entered the Orb Mantell facility, and I imagine your guns blazing. There are a couple of guards who are headed your way. You're not sure if they heard what's going on, but they're marching up. They have not started to aim their blaster rifles at you. They're just coming down this corridor. You see, it kind of is a cross section, so you could maybe try to avoid them or just gun them down while you've got the advantage. What do you want to do?
I need to find Mirror. So I will. I'm gonna reach out with my feelings and see if I can find where she is. This is definitely not the Force, to be clear. Xyrus, Jedi use the Force. Xyrus is not a Jedi. Xyrus just sometimes gets a sense of things and tries to follow the way there. So I'm gonna touch the void, if that's all right.
Sounds good. Show me on the doll where the void touched you. Oh wait, you're touching the void.
All right,
That
so this
doesn't
is
work.
2d6 plus my strange to touch the void. Let's see how the dice feel about this.
Yeah, your strange is a 1. You're not terrible at this.
Yeah, I've got some strange.
I see.
But nonetheless, I have rolled a 6.
Awesome. Okay. You know exactly where she is. why do you know where the Black Sun holding facilities are on Ord Mantell City, Cyrus?
Well, there was a time when the Mandalorians and Black Sun, attempted to work together, and it went really badly. And I spent a little while in the brig before fellow Mandalorians uh, I was gonna say bailed me out, but busted me out, right? Like this,
Mhm.
this thing ended with bad blood because other bounty hunters had to steal me from inside of the holding facilities at this this stupid place.
Oh my gosh, I want to play games set in your flashbacks. Anyway, okay. Next bounty of the week game, Zyrus flashback, episode 1. So anyway, cool. So Val, Arana, Seth, are you all following Zyrus? Because he certainly seems like he knows where he's going.
Yeah, he seems to have committed us, whether we like it or not. So,
Sweet.
Yeah.
I just want everybody inside so that if incoming TIE fighters just decide to strafe the entire area, we don't get killed. So that's my first fear, is get us inside at the minimum. And then, wait for the communication, not wait, but be waiting for the communication from my contact as to where the people that are going to protect us are.
So we are getting protection from Black Sun and shooting at Black Sun?
Yes, Zyrus took off before he heard the part about protection from Black Sun. He just heard it was a setup and Merix is in danger.
Started shooting. Okay.
Did you have an XP trigger for going off half cock? Because if so, I give you an XP for just that. That's so good.
I just have the roll loose cannon, and sometimes that demands to be used.
Arana, you're following after Zyrus. You just saw him shoot a guard, grab the guard's code cylinder, open up the door, and he's moving in quick and quiet. A couple of Black Sun guards come your way, and then they just and you just hot knife through butter, Zyrus. They don't fire on you, and then they come towards you, Arana, and they say Mugak Tor sent us. The rest of the squad's on its way.
I think
what happened to him, they say, is the door's slowly trying to close.
As far as I know, we're killing all these guys now.
Sweet. Do you just lightsaber a dude?
I turn it on, and I just jump back into the assault stance, and I'm ready to go if they're walking towards us. I just saw Zyrus kill one of these dudes.
Exactly. This is crazy.
Rhonda, you have to talk that down.
I'm going to be I know I asked you for your help, but these are not the guys we're trying to defend ourselves from. Please.
Zyrus is
please.
Gone. He goes around the corner. He's gone off on his own. He's solo missioning the crap out of this and doing a pretty good job.
It's also confusing. Zyrus just killed one of these, and now we're walking away with them, and he's running off into the depths.
No, that's not confusing. That's what's happening. You got it.
That's not confusing. That's what's happening. Arana can't keep this group together alive. She's trying, but they keep doing stuff to make it impossible to keep them alive.
And did some more Black Sun guards arrive? 6 more. So you now have 8 guards. One of them is still pointing. What happened to that guy?
So I saw.
Are the imps already here?
Right. But I'm out of character for a second. I saw Zyrus. Yeah,
you saw Zyrus shoot that guy down. It's undeniable for what you actually saw. What you speak to is totally up to you.
I think they're firing on us from above. He must have been the one that got hit.
Escort them into the protective, and then he grabs half the squad, and they're headed out towards the Beldamite to try to coordinate some defenses, and one of them's popping up to work on Orbital defenses. Xyrus, tink, 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 we see you coming down a set of steps into this dimly lit area. You know, it's where they have the holding cells. There's a corridor at the end. I'm kind of thinking generally like New Hope, right? You know, long corridor, several cells left and right type deal. And at the end of the corridor is someone maybe you didn't expect to see again. The last time you saw this individual, they cut TA in half. You see they have a half of their face is covered with metal, and they ignite a red lightsaber.
Doma cool.
Xyrus, I don't want to kill you. Give me the boy.
You're not taking the kid. I'm here for someone else. Leave us alone. This doesn't have to be a confrontation between us. Don't you have your own things going on in this galaxy?
One of them is killing Sathrin Gov.
Oh, you want to kill them now? Last time you were trying to convince them you would be their mentor.
Yeah. Well, I know that Nyx has her claws in Sathrin now. So he has to go.
All of you underestimate that kid.
You notice that at Dal McCool's side is a lightsaber. It looks very familiar. It looks like the lightsaber the Sath left behind.
Checking my stats for a minute. I gotta scan my surroundings here, right? Like I've wandered into this detention cell. There's some unexpected Sith pureblood. So I'm kind of, I don't know. I don't know if he's is he circling? Like, are we like doing like a
I think
pacing
you guys are
thing?
just like facing, kind of Darth Vader, Obi-Wan, Death Star type deal where you're just facing each other. He hasn't, like, he's not entirely sure if you're going to fight him.
I'm not either, but I'm gonna look around and see what advantage I can get from this. So, is it all right if I roll to scan my surroundings here?
Absolutely, and I'll give this to you free. Mirex is in one of those cells.
Yeah,
on the other side of Dal McCool.
Of course. So that's an 8.
You get to ask one.
Yeah. Where's my biggest opportunity to get past cool?
Your biggest opportunity is to play it, just to play into Dal McCool's hands. Hey, you don't want a piece of bad dude with lightsaber. You're rolling over. You have to basically convince him that you're afraid of him, and Sath can deal with Dal McCool.
That's tough.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say, okay, listen. You want Sath? I don't think this is going to go the way you expect. But you'll find them aboard Nyx's ship. I won't stop you. And I like step out of the way.
Nice. Okay. I think I'm going to give you a +1. You've got to turn on the charm because I know what you're going to do. So you're going to have to be convincing for someone that was raised as a Sith pureblood to pull over their eyes.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
You're
Am
acting
I?
with advantage, right? 'Cause
Yeah. Do I have
Yeah.
advantage from
Yes,
scanning my
you do.
surroundings?
Sorry, I think I said +1 because I was thinking of like Apocalypse World advantage from. Yes, you are rolling with advantage because you're acting on the information from.
Look, if you want to give me advantage and +1, I'll take
No,
it because
no.
I am chilly right now. So I think in fact I have advantage and disadvantage that cancel out here.
Yep, that's true. Just roll
Okay.
it, baby. You're gonna be
Okay,
fine. It's gonna
And my
be
warm is 0. So this is with advantage and disadvantage and 0 in the stat, it's a totally flat roll.
awesome. 2d6. May the fates decide your fate.
Well, that's a 5.
Sweet. So Don McCool makes like he totally buys into it. And he kind of dips his shoulder, starts to walk around you. And it's at the last second that you hear the hum of the lightsaber coming straight towards your head. So you dodge out of the way, and I will allow you to take a condition.
Numb, right? Like, I let something lead me here, and it led me right into this trap, and now the Sith pureblood is swinging a lightsaber at me.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna do a thing. Remember, the X card is always on the table. Val, Arana, Sath, you are heading after Xyrus? Not heading after Xyrus. Arana, you're
Are
the
we
captain.
doing, Arana?
You've been told, go to this safe space. It is not where Xyrus is gone. But they're not minding you. Like, they're not escorting you with guns and the like. You can try to find Xyrus. You can go to safe space. But safe space won't have your sister, Orana.
Do we have a way to contact Xyrus?
I imagine you guys all have comm units.
Yeah, I might be a little busy when you try to reach me, but
Yeah.
you can try.
Well, I mean, we don't know there's somebody trying to take your head off with a lightsaber at the moment, but we do know that like you don't, that you're still trying to fight the Black Sun people. So I think you get just kind of a shouted message like, don't fight the Black Sun people, they're helping us. Not that it's terribly helpful since this is not a Black Sun person that you're fighting.
Don't come after me. Don McCool is here.
Well, I don't think I can take care of Sath at this point. So
I just look at it, I was like, who's Don McCool?
Sweet. So, Sath, you get a clear and stark image of Dal McCool. And in that image, in that scene, you see Xyrus is lying on the ground. And you see Xyrus's arm is lying just a meter away from Xyrus's body as he starts to crawl one-armed away.
Do I know where Xyrus is?
Yeah.
All right, I'm off and running.
Sweet.
Lightsaber ablaze.
Arana, Sath has just taken off with their purple lightsaber ignited.
So I lean into Val and I'm like, they've got their own vendettas. I understand. I need your help finding my sister and not letting these other people know that we're doing that. Can we do this?
I think that's what Zyrus went to do. We just need to follow the trail of bodies.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm fitting into the fiction here. Like I'm trying to like protect everybody and everybody's is running off. I'm not being heroic because it doesn't feel like it's a time to be heroic. I guess what I expected when I asked for the help was that they would take care of them in a ship to ship battle way, not in a like we're going to push you into a like little clustered room kind of way.
Right.
But that didn't happen. So
well, let me restate. Obviously, I wasn't clear. They're suggesting because that's what they would do, right? We're under attack. Here's a safe space. Go there. They're a squad that was sent. Half the squad has gone out to try to raise the alarm for defenses. You hear a klaxon going off. These guys are kind of concerned with your safety, but if you were to like take charge, do you feel like you could do that, Arana? If you were to just ignore them, chances are that they may busy themselves with just dealing with the TIE fighters. So you guys aren't trapped. It's just their logic is we have a place that's heavily fortified. We've been told to take care of these people. You guys who don't know this place, go in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I feel like I may have phrased it like they were escorting you, but they're not. They have shiny uniforms, but they're not Imperials.
Right. So I guess as soon as Sath runs away, I look at Val and like we got to book it, and so like I start running after Sath with hopefully the indication that Val understands that we've got to go.
Yeah, I think I get it. No, I just kind of like sighed. Kark, I'm used to being the idiot in the group. These people are dumber than me.
Nice.
And run after.
Yeah, so I think we're following Sath at this point. So
yeah, who's following Zyrus? So
awesome. So we'll pick up with Sath. You rush down some stairs into this dim area, and there you see Zyrus is exactly where you saw him in your mind's eye. And there, you moved real fast, Sath. Like you've never run that fast before, by the way. But there you see him, Dal McCool, with his lightsaber, with your lightsaber. Good. Let's end this. I'm not going to allow you to go to Nyx's side.
Just checking on Zyrus's arm.
Uh-huh.
Still attached?
One of them is.
Oh, okay. That
Yeah,
was not
I was trying to figure out how far in the future Sath's vision was.
And just to make sure that I'm clear, I feel like I can't remember. One of Nyx or Cool wanted to enslave me, and I think one wanted to drain me.
So, Dal McCool wanted to take you under his wing, sort of, but then he quickly dispensed with that and said, yeah, I'll just take your lightsaber. Now he's saying something about, I don't want you to fall into Nyx's hands, so I'm going to kill you now.
Okay.
Nyx offered you secrets, and Nyx saw you in the weird between thing that I probably stole from Stranger Things, but nobody's going to call me on it because I like you guys and you're nice to me. So Nyx was like, I'll show you all the secrets and how to use the Force and all this other good stuff. It's amazing. I'm wonderful. Except I happen to be, Imperial and obviously looking evil. But I'm promising you good stuff that you need to hear.
And I don't know how much of it is tied into it, but I had stolen the lightsaber back from Don McCool just before we flew away. If it's important that he
no,
has
it's fine. No, it's okay. It was
Okay.
just a little salt in the wound because for some reason I misremembered in that closing that like the cost was, and I thought you built a new one, but that's fine.
He cut TA in half, so that's plenty
That's good enough, right?
And he
Like,
just cut my other de facto mentor's arm off. So
yeah, well, we cleverly post production edited all the he has this other lightsaber that never existed because of canon problems. Yeah, there you go. Awesome. Send the deleted scenes on the Blu-ray. So yeah,
in one version of the script, there was the second lightsaber, and then in the edit, they're like, audiences won't be able to follow this. It's got to be one lightsaber.
Yeah, just too many
lightsabers. It's
lightsabers.
nothing.
Saf Gov, not Star Killer. Just like move on. Okay, let it go. Okay. Yeah. So he has a lightsaber. He says, I'm not going to let you fall into her hands, so I have to kill you.
You know what? Hot-headed kid. I think I just toss the lightsaber right at him. I go lightsaber throw.
Wow.
Right away.
That's great. Let fly and attack. It is against a hard target.
And
no, don't do it, kid.
I will use tension with the Force.
Oh,
that
tension
lets
with
me.
The Force. What does that do?
It lets spend tension with the Force to wield the Force as a weapon.
Oh, hot.
What does that do? I'm not sure. We have to figure out.
Up to the GM and player to decide like what mechanical effect that has, but it's just there as a little juicy thing, right?
Tension of the Void. To wield the Void as a weapon. That is wild and interesting. Okay. Are there harm ratings of things?
What do you think this is? D&D? No, I haven't built in harm ratings to things.
I didn't think so, because there's just conditions and I was like, wait, I don't remember ever having seen a harm rating for anything. So yeah, you throw the lights. Let's do it. Let fly and attack.
All right, let's see what happens. It's plus tough. Okay, and then things happen. I don't think I've ever used tough. Do I have it? No, but at least it's not at a disadvantage. So okay, having some technical difficulties with the typing.
Mr. Stetson, do you want me to roll for you?
All right, there we go. 8.
Okay, let fly and attack. On a hit, you exchange fire. On a 7 to 9, choose whether to take a real shellacking or wind up in a bad spot.
Should I pick something? I don't know what we're doing with the Force part yet.
I think the Force part is that you actually threw a lightsaber without any training whatsoever. I think it's maybe
Proxy takes
it is
with that. I mean,
Proxy saw it.
I will be in a bad spot.
Sweet. Cool. So you fling the lightsaber, and it and it like slices into the robotic half. Remember, he got messed up really bad and had to get a bunch of cybernetic replacements, and you see it it just cuts all the way through him, and then the lightsaber is on the other side of Don McCool, and he hunches over. He starts staggering forward towards you, and now the bad spot is that
my lightsaber
don't have a weapon.
Yeah. It writes itself.
Now, Keith, you're probably thinking, if I just gone with this other lightsaber thing, I could take the lightsaber off his belt, and then Rich's poor canon memory would work to my benefit. But We are where we are. I've already edited all that out. So anyway, he's on his way to you. Orana, Val, you guys finally catch up to Saf. Boy, that kid can run. And you see the Saf is facing off. Val, you've never seen this crazy guy before. Go ahead and head to NPCs and places. He's the dude with the yellow eyes and the weird, like, alien Star Trekky jowls going on there. And he has a lightsaber, and Saf does not.
And
Rana,
you might notice Zyrus,
I mean, I don't have a lightsaber,
disarmed on the
but
floor.
can I say I have a blaster?
Sure, you have a blaster.
And
that
shoot
makes
him,
sense.
like, at least.
Yeah, you want to let fly and attack it in? That
Yes,
sounds
absolutely.
awesome.
Let's see, what do I need to do? Roll plus tough, which I have. Yay. $10.
Nice. Okay, on a hit, exchange fire. On a 10, you can choose to easily weather their blows or else hit them where it hurts.
I'm gonna hit him where it hurts. I think he's distracted, trying to murder Zath, but so I'm gonna take advantage of that.
Nice. So you let fly and attack. You fire your blaster a few times at him. Boom, boom, boom. And you hit him 1-2 times. Then he flicks his lightsaber up on the third blaster bolt because we exchange harm. And he throws one of the blaster bolts back at you. Please mark a condition as you are hit.
Sure. I am hit and I am shaken makes more sense than anything else. So.
Exactly. So I'm going to check in with Orana, then I'm going to swing back to Saf. Orana, Val just shot that guy. He hasn't died yet. He looks to be in a lot of pain. He's oozing like oil and sparks from his cybernetic replaced side. He's been hit in the chest twice by blaster bolts and looks to be in a great deal of pain. Barely standing up, Orana. What do you do?
I think that Orana is like, she's shaken, she's addled, and like everything has gone to hell. Like everything has gone to hell. And when sees what happens to Zyrus, she just loses it. And she's going to run and tackle Damakul.
Nice. Now, is this a thing where are you trying to just make sure Damakul can't hurt anyone else? Or is this your frustration letting fly an attack? What do you think here?
I think I'm trying to protect everybody, but I think I'm also trying to push past him as an obstacle.
Okay,
So,
throw your weight around.
Yeah, I think that's the one that I'm going for here.
That's what I thought too. I
just
just wanted to check in to make sure we were on the same page.
Not actually trying to stop you, but narratively, as Sath realizes what you're doing, you're like, Orana now!
Yes.
And then it tries to grab at you, but you're just bulling past.
Okay, cool. Tough. Oh, Lord. This is the worst of all possible rolls.
It's awesome. I adore it.
Okay. That would be a 3.
Okay.
A +1 would not help. Never mind.
You rush forward.
Well, unless someone has.
Hold on, let me see.
shared trust with me.
I have trust with you. You have trust with me. Yeah, we can make that happen.
What does that look like?
So I think Saf tries to just stop Orana completely, realizing like, I don't know if you know what a lightsaber can do, but you don't want to run empty-handed towards one. And upon realizing that Orana is far too committed to this, Saf makes more of a distraction by kind of doing the same thing, by being the primary target that's moving towards Dalmakul, to distract him enough so Orana can get in there and do a 7 to 9's worth of mayhem.
Cool. Dama cool.
That's how he introduces himself, I bet.
Cool.
Well, it's up to the GM now. It's messy, loud, or time consuming.
It is. Oh man, I think it's got to be messy, right? Loud and time consuming. I don't see how those things will go. So the two of you run forward. Saf and Arana tackle into Dalmakul, knock him to the deck. Overhead, you hear the sound of the TIE fighters screaming past. Blaster bolts hit. This entire place shakes a little bit. Some dust falls down from the ceiling. And Saf, when Arana looks at you, you see the lightsaber sticking out of her side. Arana, please mark a condition.
Okay.
Something around him being impaled.
Well,
Good news, cauterized all the wound.
Right. Well, then I guess I'm numb. So
Nice. Then the lightsaber is extinguished as it falls out of his hand. Saf, Arana, he's knocked Dalmakul to the ground. Val, Zyrus is patching himself up. You see Mirax waving from the like plate glass window type thing inside one of the things. You can't hear her. She's just screaming, but inaudible. Val, what do you do?
I mean, this is Star Wars, so I shoot the lock.
That's all you need to do. If you're a mechanic, you know exactly where to shoot. Door opens up, and she's going to rush over to you, Orana, ignoring Cyrus, who spurned her advances at the end of last session. Let me remind you, friends.
If Cyrus had just kissed her, none of this would have happened.
None of this would happen. Nope.
Is Dalmakul conscious or?
Yeah, he's conscious, but
he's just pinned right now.
He's pinned, and he's in a great deal of pain. And Orana, Maris comes over and like tries to pull you into her lap, and she's crying and trying to figure out what's going on with you. And she's not making a whole lot of sense because she's a little freaked out.
And I think I'm trying to crawl to Zyrus to try to help him. And like he's more important than my sister in the moment.
Oh, wish Alexi were here. Oh, okay. Cool.
So, yeah.
So let's pop over to Saf as Dalmakul is looking at you through eyes slitted through pain.
Yeah, so I can now grab the lightsaber, I'm guessing, without him in the way. So as Orana is pushing away her sister to go see if Zyrus is okay, probably grabbing at her own stomach from the lightsaber wound Dalmakul gave her, I think because it's more dramatic, I have the lightsaber off, and I just hold it right up into Dalmakul's, right under his chin, and look at Orana and say, "What do I do?"
End it. Is what she manages to grit out of her teeth.
I've just outsourced my conscious, and that's what it has told me to do. I look away and flinch. I can't even watch as I do it, and I'll turn the lightsaber on.
And there's a moment where he says, "If you strike me down, you'll only."
Maybe I think like as he's doing this, I know.
Nice. Cool. So to catch you up, Cyrus, you crawled over, were able to staunch the bleeding. Good news. Most of it cauterized because, lightsaber, but still, not going into shock. Very important. Rana and Sath tackled Damakul, and
Because we used the mutual trust part of the rules.
Oh shoot, yeah.
yeah, it was super good. You got to go back, watch the tape, bro. But then it was messy, loud, or took a lot of time. I went with messy, and the messy part was that Don McCool, in a last moment of spite, plunged his lightsaber into Orana before he was knocked to the ground, and now Sath, upon the suggestion of Orana, has just dispatched with Don McCool.
So what shape is Orana in? Like she says a lightsaber stab wound or like a slash or what?
Yeah, it was like, that fall on top of someone, then they had stabbed you type deal.
Yeah, then I'm definitely like trying to pull myself up and get over to Orana. I say, "Captain, you're hurt."
I guess we're both. Yeah. I guess we're both limping towards each other in one way or another. Well, when I see that that you're on your feet, or I guess moving towards me, like I'll stop, because the entire point was like I couldn't tell if you were alive anymore, and I fall over. I think I'm going to fall unconscious at this point. I mean, I just got stabbed with a lightsaber.
Yeah,
that seems appropriate.
Perfectly reasonable.
And I have three conditions. So
I do my best to catch her with my remaining arm.
Nice. I think this would be a good point for us to take our mid-game bio break. Right?
Yeah.
Like, and then we can pick up, maybe skip forward a little bit of time type deal. So I'm going to pause the recording. All right. We come back from our break. Where do you guys want to pick up? You've got Mirax. Xyrix is effectively patched up. Do we want to stay in the scene? Were there any scenes you guys wanted to have with each other? Or do we want to like jump forward to next thing that you witness or try to do?
I want to patch up the captain. I'm happy to do that here or to have cut forward to another place, whatever people want.
Let's change the scenery. Like patching up out away from dead body probably feels a little more like patchy uppy.
Is there a dead body?
Oh, interesting. Damn. I think there's not. I think that's such a good, interesting kind of inversion of a trope that we know that it would be fascinating if there is not.
Did he leave any of his cybernetics behind?
All of his cybernetics are left behind.
Oh, that's so gross.
Yeah, it's all there's like hats cut up and everything, and there's just this stuff and the clothing that's left behind when you guys turn back. He's faded away.
did he leave his lightsaber behind?
Yep.
Sath, do you want an additional lightsaber?
I guess if I should learn anything, I need a backup.
Oh,
If you want to
man.
throw one,
So you're just carrying a red lightsaber now in addition to your
Just in
purple
case.
lightsaber.
Well, we don't want to leave it here for just anybody to pick up.
Yeah, I think maybe it's more of a safety issue. Like, I don't know that I'm woohoo spoils of war. Look at this. I've collected it. It's sort of like,
More like an OSHA thing.
yeah.
See it, fix it kind of thing.
So the captain has passed out. I'm trying to support her, but I only have one arm. So I do probably say like, Val, I need your help.
sweet. And we cut to maybe Val and Zyrus, the two of you managing to pull Arana into this opulent room. And in the room, it's maybe this is the room that the guards told you about. That's safe, right? And there are view screens of the outside, and you can see there's signs of battle. There's some kind of turret that's firing up into the air. You see TIE fighters screaming past. Occasionally, you hear the shuddering bolts hitting against parts of Orb Mantell City. And yeah, Zyrus, you're able to work with Val, and you guys get Orana to, like a couch, like a divan.
Oh yeah, I think like a really fancy divan. Like
yeah.
Oddly enough, here in Black Sun is where there's finally a couch appropriate for the Besh family.
Of course.
Captain, I don't know if you can hear me. I'm sorry. You've been trying to hold this crew together, and I've been holding against you that, well, no, you weren't the old captain, but I know you will, and you have put your life on the line for this crew, and we're gonna pull through this together. Don't worry.
Am I conscious, or are we going to roll?
It's your decision. Zyrus is talking at you whether or not you can hear him.
Okay, you said you wanted to do a medic move, so I didn't know if
medic up.
All right. Yeah. So, that's interesting. The medic move is when you establish a friendly rapport with a patient. Spend 2 edge to patch someone up as if you rolled a 10+. It is a friendly rapport possible if the captain is unconscious.
I mean, I can hear you. I just can't respond.
Can your eyelids flutter a little bit or something?
Sure. Perfect. Let's do that.
All right. Yeah. Rich, cool if I spend my last 2 edge to do this?
Of course. I love when you spend your edge.
All right. Well, then if I'm patching her up on a 10+, we can each clear a condition.
Nice.
I will clear chili.
Appropriate.
I will clear. I think it's best to keep addled, even though I want to have my savvy about me. I'll clear the numb that I took from the lightsaber. So.
Want to be rolling strange? Oh, good. I love to hear that.
And the other thing with medic is ask the GM what insight or secret you learned in the process. And I wonder if it's an insider secret about my own feelings. I don't know.
Ooh. Yeah, I think you, after carrying a passed out Orana, I think, Zyrus, you realize you care a lot more about this crew and maybe certain particular members of this crew than you want to admit out loud.
I like the idea that there's like a sideways glance at Mirix, and then then his attention is back totally on Arana, just trying to finish patching her up. See, like whatever he can do to stabilize the lightsaber wound, with portable back to spray thing or whatever, right?
Yeah, let's say you're in this area. This is not just a lounge, right? But they have a first aid kit. You're able to pull that down.
I mean, Zyrus might have a first aid kit. I am the
That's
medic,
true.
After all.
You're the medic, so you got your own thing. It's all good. Sath, what are you doing there?
Sath is pretty shook up. I think, as indicated by the fact that no one asked them to help with the injured people. It's just like, we got to carry the captain. Don't mess with them.
Even though he's the least injured of any of us.
So I think to kind of like offload some of the feelings, Sath is kind of half-heartedly trying to tend to Mirax. Just like, I don't know what state she's in. She was in a in the brig, so like maybe not fantastic, but like, yeah, are you okay? All right, it's going to be fine. You're going to be fine. We're all going to be fine. I'm going to be fine.
No, I failed at this mission, and my sister's gonna die, and Cyrus doesn't even actually like me. This is the worst. Everything's gone wrong.
Rana's not going to die. It's going to be fine. Everything's all right. Just sit down, calm down. You're fine.
I need a drink.
It's not a bad idea.
She gets up and walks over, and sure enough, there's a decanter and like some glasses. She pours one up, sets it down. Do you want one? Pours a little like thimble full there, like pours another. It's
what is this?
It's terrible. Still terrible.
Second one's
Keep
not
drinking.
as bad.
Eventually, it'll be good.
What was the mission that you failed at?
Poor stuff. I was supposed to. I mean, yes, I'm here to negotiate some mining contracts, but we also had some dirt on one of our competitors in the mining oligarchy, and so it was, it was a 2-for-1. Like, why not? But then Don McCool was already here. I don't even know what to do.
So you weren't the one that set us up.
Why would I set up my sister? What kind of monster do you think I am? Oh, right. I just watched you murder somebody. So you don't get to judge me.
Take another belt of whatever terrible liquor it is.
She drinks it.
Because if I found out you were that one, you would get to see me murder 2 people. And just give her a look.
Nice. That lands, right? She's seen you do a thing. And then I think there's a moment where it hurts and it lands. But then just before she takes a drink to cover the fear, she says, only if my sister tells you to.
That's right. Only if my captain tells me to.
Yeah, you're really good at this. Mirix doesn't say that, but she's like, just turns and walks away.
Oh, I was going to turn and walk away. She
beat you to it.
She wins
She's
that
more
one.
immature. She's more immature.
It's a low bar, too.
How low can you go? Val, Zyrus is medicing up Orana. Sath is having a hissy off with Mirax. What are you doing?
I think I'd like start out pacing back and forth, realize that hurts, sit down and just mentally pace back and forth and wait till we can get out of here.
Nice. What's something about this posh lounge what's something that impresses you? Maybe something you haven't seen in a while that happens to be here in the lounge.
There's a big like platform, I guess is the word I'm looking for like half life-sized hologram. It's the equivalent of a big screen TV. And like this place is fancy and it feels like a trap.
Oh, are you going to roll your I think there's a trap move?
Uh-huh. That's what I was going for.
Awesome. Do it.
Plus tough. Cool. Oh, not so cool because I'm shaken, but okay. +2, but with disadvantage. 3d6 plus. Okay, wait. How do I? Why does it only say? Oh, here it is.
6.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think two and a two.
225. Right.
No, you only get to count 2 of those.
I know. I'm just sorry.
Oh,
yeah.
yes,
Okay.
those
so,
are the dice that happened.
Okay. I was trying to read it. I'm like, okay, that is the same thing, right? Okay, so that's 4 plus. Yeah, it's a 6.
So, Val, you're looking at the hollows. It's showing a few external shots, right? And you realize there were just 4 TIE fighters. Or I just told you about 4 TIE fighters in a Gazanti class 2 cruiser. Or I did not mention anything about the other 4 TIE fighters or that big triangle in the sky and the clouds.
Yeah.
The door opens up and a Zabrak who looks, she's beautiful like a Gundark is beautiful, predatory, honed. Cyrus, you just have that sense, like immediately. This is a born warrior. Orana, Mugaktor says as she comes over. You went and
Cyrus,
got
is this
yourself
somebody-
hurt.
Is this somebody you've known from your past?
I was trying to decide.
You've got to do it one last
Last
time.
session, come on, man.
Arana, that cool with you? If since
Yeah,
you
go ahead.
introduced this NPC as a connection, okay,
Perfect.
yeah. What was her name one more time?
Mugak Tor.
Mugak Tor. It's been a long time since I've heard that name. I am rolling with savvy, and that is a stat I don't have a disadvantage on right now. So
Wow.
let's find
You don't have
out.
disadvantage on what stat now? You've been all healing and medicing. You're fine.
Yeah, totally. And that makes it an 8.
Oh, on a 7 to 9, tell the players what complicating factor. Oh, on a hit, let your crewmates tell your crewmates why they are someone. Wait, I'm reading. Wait, hold on. You declare them an old ally plus. Okay. On a hit, Zyrus, you'll tell your crewmates why Mugak Tor is someone you can turn to for aid, and then it's a middling result. So you tell them what complicating factor you've left out. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Sorry if
There
we're
we go.
having trouble with reading.
Yeah. I was thinking this through. I think we, you know, yeah, I think we traded favors, and she looked the other way when the Mandalorians needed to bust me out of Black Sun custody, and in exchange I planted a tracker on somebody that she wanted to get the credit for bagging for Black Sun. The complicating factor is the complicating factor is it was like some distant Besh cousin that I helped her capture. So there's something we can't talk about in this company, but I'll like give her a nod and say, I see you're still working with these people.
It's not really a retirement plan for the Black Sun's eye.
You could find a scrappy little spaceship and fly around the galaxy taking weird odd jobs.
Hard pass. Orana, this is the crew? This is your crew?
Yes. They've saved my life more times than I can count.
And she saved ours.
Somebody shoot you? What is that? Doesn't look like a blaster wound. She kind of just She's the kind of person that, like, I see a thing I'm interested in, and she kind of just gently puts her hand to hold you down on the couch and leans down to
Hey,
take a
hey.
look at the wound.
Careful there. It's a lightsaber wound.
Poodoo. Huh.
Yeah, you might
So
have noticed I'm also missing an arm.
You ran into this pureblood, right?
Yeah, what was he doing here?
Well, trade in some old favors to get her. I guess she was just bait for you.
She's pointing at Merrick's.
Mm-hmm.
What's Merrick's reaction?
So wait, is she saying that they set up Domakul being there, or I'm not following what?
So yeah, Mugak Tor will explain further. Sith pureblood shows up out of nowhere, like he knew this was going down. Traded some favors with somebody a few steps above me to get your sister. I didn't know about it. Not until after. First thing I heard you being around here, Orana, is when you called me. I was busy at the time. You told me there were Imperials on the way. Well, they certainly are. I don't think my bosses expect that you brought this trouble to our door, and I'll do my best to make sure that they don't suspect that. But you need to get off of this planet.
You said, she coughs. You said you're taking the ship. How do we get off?
I'm not taking that ship. It's a piece of poodoo. Why would I want that ship?
That's what you said.
I said you may not be able to take it with you, Orana.
Belden might. It's a hardier ship than she looks.
It's a good ship.
And Val, you patched her up so she can fly, right?
Yeah. Don't know about landing, but you can fly.
There's still the matter of the 8 TIE fighters, to say nothing of the ominous triangle.
Well, if you want to get on that ship and try your best to get off of here, out of here, you're welcome to give that a shot. But I can get you to this. You named it after a bug? Or was that strength?
No, like
No,
the
it's
bug.
like the bug.
It's a bug.
Yeah.
It's an important bug. She tries to squeak out.
And then Mugak Tor, like forgetting that you're wounded, just claps you on the shoulder good naturedly. Yeah, that's good. It's a good, I'm sure you inherited the name. I can get you back to your ship. Getting out of here, all I can do is give you a bit of cover. Now, if you want to hole up, I may be able to get you passage out of here on a better ship, but
We're not leaving the Might.
That's fine. I wouldn't be able to sell it for much anyway.
And so Arana stands up, like with help, and she wants to, shake hands. She wants to clasp hands with Tor, and thank her for what she's done.
And it's like a shake hand, but she pulls you in and like does the like clutch hug for a minute there and leans up to whisper, "You gotta come back if there's something to come back to."
We'll see.
And then she accidentally kind of nicks you with one of her horns as she pulls back. And it was like some, whoa, I didn't know I could do that. Anyway, just like there's a little bit of low thunder from a couple of shots that land just a little close. And then she's gonna suggest you guys get out of here. So
Merrick, you coming with us? You want to take your chances finding another exit?
You should
These
stay
ass-
here.
like, these assholes sold me out.
Point, but apparently just as bait for us. So if we're gone, maybe you're quits.
She drinks a little bit more, makes a face. Zabrak, can I actually get some kind of deal going here? Mogok says, probably. We're a little busy. Well, can you get me out of here once we're done? Sure. Okay, sis, you did your job. I'll make sure you get paid. I'm sticking this out. You know, I don't want to go home until I have.
And she like she starts walking towards her sister. It hurts at first, but she manages to deal with the pain, and she goes over to her and she says, "It's not the best solution, but it's the best chance that you'll get out of here alive." Which is obviously me telling the rest of the crew that we're probably going to die on our way out.
She gives you a hug and says, you can have Cyrus. It was never going to work out between us. It was just a one-time thing. I don't like him in case that was holding you back or whatever. And I'll get this cleaned and send it back to you.
Oh, about the dress.
Yeah. The dress.
Oh, right. Dress, right.
Yeah, the dress she stole from you. That
Right,
is like clinging a little tightly to her.
If I were you, sis, I'd try to find something good with someone and not just discard them along the way.
I've run into a whole string of your exes, Arana, so I don't think you're really in a position to lecture me about finding the one, but like, you do you. Good luck. For real. You know I love you, sis. All right, Mugak, we've got some negotiating to do.
She's holding her head low, beaten again by her sister.
There was a moment where she was like, do I let this pass? No, I will not. Cool. So,
Cool.
Shall we jump forward?
Yeah, I think switches are getting flipped.
Yeah.
Handles are getting pushed.
Awesome. We like jump to you guys on the ship, and when you come into the cockpit, Arada, Proxy is there in the cockpit, like has already flipped and is going through the pre-flight sequences.
Proxy?
Ah, you have returned! Master Besh, I was getting the ship ready for you! Here you go.
And then falls to the ground and starts crawling.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I gotta get them some legs. They've earned it.
Actually, what I do is I pick them up and I put them in the co-pilot, and I'm like, why don't you just stay here with me?
Oh, really? I will be more than happy to do this, Master Besh. I'm actually not that bad with astrogation coordinates.
Okay. Well, and she pulls up like the display of what's going on in the atmosphere, in orbit, and she says, astrogate that.
Oh my. It appears that you have been wounded by a lightsaber and survived. Congratulations, Master Besh.
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
Yeah, you now have Proxy's aid, which will allow you to get some benefits there. Sath, would you get on board the ship? Where do you go? Where are you headed?
Well, I would check with Arana first if there's anywhere she
Oh.
wants me.
Go to the guns.
That's where I would have gone if Arana didn't say, so it works out. Crisp salute. Yes, Captain.
What about Zyrus? What are you doing?
Oof. I don't know. I mean, I'm down an arm. We're beating a hasty retreat here. I mean, I think, yeah, I'll see where I go to from here. But I think for a moment, I'm just going back to the galley and sitting there, like, laying my remaining hand on that wooden table that we have gathered around so many times, and just reflecting on flying with this crew. And I'll say, if this is the way we go out, then this is the way.
Nice. Now, we did have a wish from last session of a scene between Val and Zyrus. This could be the opportunity for that, perhaps. So Val, the landing strut is operational. The ship's going through the last pre-flight checks. You feel her starting to shudder as the thrusters kick in, and you're starting to take off. And yeah, then you see Zyrus is sitting at that old oak table in the galley.
Yeah, I think I overhear him like, well, I'm not planning to die. So if you are, why don't you stay here? Because
It's good to have you, Val. You bring some hope to this old reliable ship.
reliable. Yeah, that's a word.
I bet your old crews didn't get into messes like this, huh?
Not exactly like this.
I mean, I'd be surprised if frequently you had people losing limbs to lightsabers, to be honest.
It's not a real common occurrence. Are you shouldn't you or me or some be doing something about that? I mean, you're
Yeah, I put a little patch on, but if you want to take a closer look, be my guest.
yeah, I mean, it's I suppose I can try, but that was actually a genuine question.
Well, if we're just going to go down in a blaze of glory against these TIE fighters, it doesn't seem worth it. But if you really think we're going to scrape through this, then yeah, I guess it's probably best to make sure it doesn't fester.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you need? I can at least go get it.
And I'll like rattle off a list of supplies from the med bay.
I mean, we have a medical droid, right?
Yeah, probably good we left him with his legs.
Yeah. Come on. And I'm like, let's get you to the medical droid. I'm not sure why this is complicated.
So you're just dragging Cyrus along to
Yes.
get have some actual attention paid to his serious injury.
Yeah. Like wait, you just lost an arm and you're just sitting in the galley like waiting for it to regrow on its own. I mean,
Cyrus cracks a grin.
Oh, Cyrus Drant, I am so sorry for your amputation.
You and me both, buddy.
I am sure we can fit you with a cybernetic replacement with much more functions. Perhaps in the future you will come to think of this as a day you awoken to new possibilities of existence.
Let's stick with patching it up for now.
Of course, sir.
well, you patch him up and I'll patch the ship up because I'm sure I'm going to need to.
Understood.
Do you want to roll a droid mediated to patch someone up on me though?
It's true,
Can
you
I?
could totally
Is that
do
a thing that can be
Yeah.
done?
Because like I feel like we effectively played that out where like Cyrus was just going to be sitting there in the galley if you didn't drag him to get treatment.
Yeah. I was not sure if that was okay. So what is the normal thing to use to patch someone up?
Warm
Okay.
is the normal.
Oh, and I'm no longer chilly. Good. So it's just a flat roll. That's a 5.
I don't have any edge to spend to help you, I'm afraid.
Nope, I think that's
Guess
just a 5.
Let it ride. You know that Tui will be able to stabilize Xyrus, but you've done some inventory on this ship. There are no cybernetic replacement limbs in stock. However, Val, I mean, you're an engineer. That droid has 2 arms. You realize that you could probably, it'd be rudimentary. It wouldn't be pretty, but it gives Xyrus another arm.
Do we need a medical droid with 2 arms more than we need Cyrus with 2 arms, though? That is the question.
That is the question.
I mean, right now, I think we need the medical droid with 2 arms.
Tui would agree with you strongly.
Yeah, I'm like kind of taking stock of, okay, how many of us got stabbed and or shot? One of us is missing an arm. I think actually the droid needs the arm more than Cyrus does at the moment.
And
That
you just
might
have that
change.
conversation in your head, I would assume. Definitely not a thing
Yes.
you tell
I
Cyrus or Tui.
have that conversation in my head. I start to say
At
something.
some point, I like noticed
and then
Val
I'm
looking
like,
back and
wait,
forth
no.
between my stump and the droid's arms, and I'm like, what you thinking there, Val?
Nothing. Just nothing.
And then Val walks away, and there's a beat, and then
Was she looking at my arm?
Probably not. Don't worry about it, Tui.
The same way she was looking at your legs earlier.
so we cut to Sath as the Belden Might is taking off and heading up into the stars, and you see, or into the sky, really. You haven't quite left atmosphere, and you see there are TIE fighters, and there are a couple of them banking, and they're going to be heading your way, Sath. And I imagine you're like working on your targeting computer and everything, and then you hear this voice. It's the same voice that you saw in that dream space. Sathran Gov. Congratulations on defeating Don McCool. I'm impressed.
Are you in one of those ships now? How does this work? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can speak to each other if we wish. It'd be a shame for all of your friends to die for your sake.
I'm sure they would all agree with you.
Come to me, Sathran Gov. Let me show you the ways of the Force. Let me teach you. You've learned only a fraction of what you're capable of becoming. Don McCool sought to kill you, to keep you from learning. I will foster your knowledge, help you to grow more and more powerful.
This does not sound like a free choice when you threaten the lives of my friends before offering it.
Fair. That is fair. I am part of an organization. Sometimes there are choices that I do not love, but I can save you.
Are these ships here because of you?
No, Sathran Gov, they're here because of you.
Okay. What are you proposing?
Allow me to board your ship. Leave with me. The Belden Might may exit Ord Mantell unharmed. The Black Sun will still suffer the consequences of their previous actions. But your friends will be safe. And you have opened a door to a whole new world.
I can welcome you on to the Might, but I can't guarantee that the others won't target you. How will I know you when you come, and not that it is one of the many fighters that surround us and nib at our heels?
Not sure if you're aware of the various types of TIE fighters, but I have here on the Star Destroyer a TIE Interceptor. Alternatively, we can use our tractor beam to pull you aboard, and then you step off of the Belden Might, and we release the others.
No, they're not entering into the Star Destroyer. You come and take me, and they fly off before we return.
Give me your word, Sathran Gov, that this is not some kind of rebel trick.
It's definitely a rebel trick. I mean, that's what I'm working for here.
Maybe you have to turn on the charm.
Yeah, got to do something.
I
No?
Are you trying to turn on the charm, or do you need to keep it together? Because she just kind of called you on your
Yeah,
stuff.
okay. That's fair. That's edge, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This would also be a good time to. What's that?
The notorious KIT.
Yeah. KIT. Oh, it's not in my pre-typed phrases anymore.
Oh no. Dang it.
7.
Cool. On 7 to 9, choose one below. It's taxing, lose all your edge. It's grueling, mark a condition. Oh, GM's call what? Oh, it's no, the thing that you lose. You lose something is the GM's call. So you lose something, it's grueling, mark a condition, it's taxing, lose all your edge. What is your choice?
Oh, so I pick.
You pick which of the 3, but if you pick
Oh,
you
if I
lose
pick
something, I choose what is lost.
I mean, I feel like I've lost all my edge, right? Like that.
Feels right. Like it's like, sweat, beads of sweat on,
Like,
on
oh
forehead.
shit. They took it all out of me. Okay. Nope. I'm not gonna trick you. I mean, I'm sort of on the fence. Like, I'm playing it by ear. I'm hoping it's a trick, but if I have to go with this person to save everybody else, I'll do that too.
So what's your answer when she says, promise me this isn't some kind of rebel trick? You pull it off, but what does it
Yeah.
say?
I'm trying to think of the right phrasing of it, but it's basically something like, I'm not as capable of that. Those are the sorts of tricks that you would need to teach me.
Nice. Playing to her ego. Sweet.
And as soon as I'm off the psychic phone with Nyx, I'm up to Orana, like, we got to talk.
Sweet. Orana, you were heading, you saw a pair of TIE fighters were coming in, one lead and others the wingman, and then they break before you guys even fully engage. They like break off and roll, and it doesn't look like it's some kind of sneak attack or pinch or anything. It's like they just let you go. And then Sath comes up and says, we got to talk.
Yeah, I mean, I would recognize their flight patterns from
Absolutely.
having been a pilot.
Like they
Right.
were called off.
Orana, I'm sorry to put this on you. Now, a TIE interceptor, that's a different kind of ship, right?
Yes.
There's one coming here.
Why?
She's on it. The other one. That's why they're all here. I've put you all in danger, and I'm trying to get you out. Nick said if I go with her, you can all go free. And I convinced her to come here in that ship. If we can shoot her down, if you think that's something we can do, if that's too dangerous and I need to go with her, I will. I can't let you all fight an armada to try to get out of here unscathed.
And you trust her. Why do you trust her?
I don't trust her at all.
If you don't trust her at all, then what is all this? Do you plan to kill her when she gets on board? Is that what we've become?
I was hoping to do it before she got on board. Is that not what you would have wanted? You, with Dom McCool, you said to end it.
I did. And that's my fault.
You shouldn't.
I was out of my mind, but the words came out nonetheless.
What else could we have done? Put him in the jail cell that we took Mirax out of? He's a Sith pureblood. It wouldn't even have slowed him down. He would just keep
But-
finding us. He'd keep finding me. Everyone who keeps finding me, just like her that's coming now. If we don't kill them to stop them, what do we do?
We keep running, Sath. And we keep our morals, frayed as they are, close to our heart. One murder here, one murder there, and then we are them. You are Zinj.
I'm the one who's going to unseat him.
And I think if you do this, you won't be you anymore. I think you'll be somebody else.
I don't see a way that we can run from 8 TIE fighters and 2 other ships. I don't even know the name of the kind that they are. We're outmanned, outgunned. They have more firepower, more speed. Is your moral stand worth killing the whole crew for? If it has to be me, I accept it. If we can't kill her and I have to go, whatever becomes of me, I can make that sacrifice for everything you all have done for me.
She's coming on board. Can we not take her with us? Drop her off on a backwards planet?
She's not a salvage droid for us to pick up and befriend. But I will do as you say. You are my captain until I'm removed by this ship by choice or by force. I will not shoot at her when she approaches.
Sath, you have become part of an organization much larger than this ship. And I think its edicts for you go beyond simply doing what I say. I need to know what you think is best deep down in that wide-eyed kid that was a stowaway. Deep down, what is the best option?
I think that's a very cutting question, Seth. Like, looks to have de-aged several years when that lands, and like maybe even kind of slumps down in the seat, like kind of in a childlike posture. Just want to help people. That's all I wanted. I don't know what that means in this situation. That's why I look to you.
Have we triggered a move? I don't know.
I'd like to roll some dice because I don't know what to say.
It feels
Like,
like
I
we were around something, but I don't know what.
Yeah.
I've already revealed the last hope of the galaxy thing to Orana, I think,
Yep.
right? Yeah, so that,
Yeah.
that doesn't make sense.
Because Val's the only one you haven't.
I don't think any of my specific moves make sense there.
Unless so just based on what Arana was asking you to do, I wonder if wide-eyed wonder is useful, right? Like tapping
Okay.
back into your kind of youthful innocence.
Ooh, yeah. I'd like to see that move happen anyway.
Although let's check what the results would. Well, we'll give it a try. That's warm. I'm not chilly. That's nice. Ten.
Nice.
So that's asking a lot of questions. Does that help us?
You taking the
mean,
role, Brian?
Technically, you get advantage for these questions.
Yeah. I guess the thing I'm most interested in is how can I impress Orana? Like, which of these options would make her proud?
Nice.
Not killing.
You can impress Orana by making a choice and standing firm behind it, even if that choice is murder.
Dang. I don't know if I should I ask the other ones now? I'm not sure in this context, like, what here have I heard stories of, what that would be referring to.
Well, it could be like heroic stories or mythic stories from your planet's past
Ooh,
that tell you how to act in this situation.
I like that a lot.
Leaning into canon, Kifu and Kifar, the Kifar folk, only Quinlan Voss joined the Jedi Order and ever dealt with the Jedi and Sith duality, a perception of the Force. And you've heard many stories of the Sith and the Jedi using Kifar for their own aims, and neither side treating the Kifar with the respect they deserve. That is like kids go out into woods, bad things happen to them fable. Kifar trusts Jedi or Sith, bad things happen to them. That is what the children of Kifu and Kifar are told.
All right, that sounds good. I think that would kind of sum up the end of the conversation. Then, like, I know I've gotten us into this, and I will see our way out, Captain.
What are we doing?
I think you would sleep easier if you didn't know till afterwards.
But I am letting the TIE Interceptor board.
I don't even think I can answer that question.
Okay. Then I'll put it a different way. Saf, you tell me what needs to happen, and we'll do it.
Flyer straight and steady, Cap, and I'll take care of the rest. And I mean, out of character, I'm planning on trying to blow it out of the air before it gets here. Like, I'm going back to that plan. I'm opting out of their game by hopefully blowing it to pieces, but we'll see what happens.
Okay. So then you jump back into the turret. And actually, before you leave, Saf, you start to walk out of the cockpit and hear.
I think the two of you should duel on top of the building, Mike. That'll be epic!
When did you get up here?
I've been here in the co-pilot seat working on astrogation coordinates and listening to this fascinating conversation.
You completely ignored the droid.
Whichever way way you choose. I applaud you. And by the way, Master Gov, I was thinking if you wanted to take me along, we could fashion a kind of backpack and I could ride on your back and teach you the ways of the Force. And if you go to alongside with the Sith Inquisitor, then we'll have to tag team or something. We'll figure it out. Good luck!
In retrospect, I should have just asked Proxy. What's the right thing to do? You know about this stuff. I didn't see you sitting there. I was focused on
The whole time, Dogs, he's just like,
ask me. I know the way out of this. Dang it. They always overlook the droids, right? I mean, that was supposed to be, we weren't going to do that. And there it was. We're thinking about purposing them for parts and ignoring them when they're right
the
there.
first, yeah, the first of this 2-part, like the first 4, it was all droids, right? And like now it's, yep, when it's convenient. No, I've pivoted some things, and yeah, so I don't want to put you guys in a bad light. So you head back to the turret, and Orana, you're piloting, and it's just smooth sailing. Like the TIE fighters are all banking past you, they're ignoring you. You come out into space, and you see that there is sure enough a like one of these, like flying it towards you. And yeah, what do you do when you see this TIE interceptor? It's got a pair of TIE fighters that are, escorting it to make it totally look more badass. And then they, bank off, and just the interceptor continues towards the Belden Might, Orana.
I don't know if you wanted to tell the other two anything about what's up.
That will be a
before we
cool
start.
captainly thing to do.
I guess as far as Orana knows.
Therefore, it's definitely not happening, right?
Ouch. Ouch.
Orana's growing into the role.
So I open up a communication line with the interior of the ship, and I say, Sath has negotiated for our safe passage for the moment, and there's currently a TIE interceptor on its way.
Oh, Kark.
Sath, whenever you're ready, let us know.
What's the plan? Like, do we wait till she gets out and then I open the airlock? Do we shoot her? Like, there's absolutely no question whatsoever in Val's mind that we're going to murder this person.
Should have gone to Val for advice. It would have been a much shorter conversation. I feel like I don't have the comms on, or if I do, I'm ignoring it. Like if Orana wants to answer that question, I feel like the less other people know, probably the better, but it's good that you're aware something's happening.
What's Sath got planned now? Would I be able to find you on the ship? Like, would I know where you'd be, Sath?
Yes, probably.
Easy guess.
Gunner's
Sath
nest.
in the turret,
Yeah.
or are they in the airlock, near the airlock?
No, it's
Turret?
the turret.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna head over towards the turret. I'm happy for you to, for you to advance the timeline and make the things happen. I just want to be near Sath as things start happening. If that's
Okay,
cool.
so it's not necessarily trying to interrupt so much as getting proximate.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Do you want to throw anything in there, Rich, or should I?
Nope, no, have
Proceed.
that scene.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if you had a thing. If you've got a thing, do a thing.
I mean, it's the thing, unless if Cyrus wants to interrupt based on whatever you do your thing. So I think like I'm kind of, I don't want to say lovingly, but like trying to get a feel for all the equipment again, get back in that state of mind, feeling like the memory of it, the psychometry again. The first thing that tied me to the Force remembering the shots that I took on the buzz droids in the first episode. There's probably some flashbacks of that. Getting the targeting computer, tracing the path that this interceptor is doing, and getting it all lined up, getting the shot lined up, just breathing out. And I mean, this is what's got to happen, right? Turning the targeting computer off, it all goes dark, and it's nothing but this little child aiming out into the darkness with no help except for the instincts to take out this interceptor before it gets to us.
You're taking the shot.
Does Iris come in and say that?
Yeah.
I've only got one.
One last thing I remember from my friend Nova Callis. Don't use anger. Don't use hatred. Think of what you're defending. Think of what you have to do and do it.
I think Sath turns away completely from that and says, "It's you," and pulls the trigger at the same time.
Sweet. And like moments before, Arana, you were hailed by the Sith Inquisitor Nyx, and she informed you that she will be coming up to connect with your ship, and that you are in the sights of the Star Destroyer, which you can see looming above. When Sath takes their shot, like shooting womp rats. Roll plus strange. A hit. It's a bullseye.
It's such a big roll. Okay.
Oh. Can Zyrus help with his words?
I don't have any edge
He's out
left.
of edge. He's out of edge.
No, it's the perfect storm.
I have a ton of edge,
I know.
but I'm not there to help because nobody told me what to do.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Is
Oh man.
Arana
Oh, man.
also out of edge?
Oh no. But I don't know if like the talk that we had can be used as well. You know what? I mean, I can flip on like some information, like I can, but you turned off the computer.
Yeah.
So the only thing I can do is, say something like, if you're going to take your shot, now's the time to do it. Or, the conversation we had before on the bridge could, count, but I don't think it does. Right, Rich?
Yeah, I mean, if you're not feeling it, then it.
Well, I think it's up to Rich. I would defer to Rich's opinion at this point. Can I use edge to help?
And it's just like, you guys have shared trust or no?
Let's see.
I mean, on a 6, just a +1 moves it up to a 7.
We
Right.
do have shared trust, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We do have shared trust.
And we're talking basically the question of, do you miss, or it's a major drain Mark 2 conditions? And I'm looking at time. We're like 14 minutes from. Man, that's interesting.
I mean, my sense is if the miss result happens, we're probably just running again, right? And like the kind of like series closes out on us, perhaps limping away, right?
Yeah, I think what, if you're okay with it, Kai, I think I'm going to say that just wasn't enough. When it came down to it, it was Sath and Zyrus, and Sath took the shot, and Zyrus, there was nothing he could do to help. It glances off of the TIE interceptor, and then it's just like somebody shook up a hornet's nest as TIE fighters bank, and this TIE interceptor like does this beautiful barrel roll and spins out of the way, accelerates, and you've got to get out of there. And I think Orana, there's a moment where let's see how well you get out of this. I'd like to see you take some evasive maneuvers as
Okay.
things are going mad.
Okay. Well, I take advantage when doing evasive maneuvers, excuse me. And let's see here. Evasive maneuvers is the ship's savvy, which is a 1. There's no condition on it. So I'll just roll advantage then.
All right.
That would be a 9.
Ooh. 7 and 9. It's a bumpy ride. I pick a crew member who must keep together to avoid injury or peril. I think Xyrus is wedged into the turret, like right near Sath. Sath, you're in the turret. I think it's Val. Sorry, Val. Keep it together to avoid injury
that
or
makes
peril.
sense. I'm the one running around like trying to I am trying to keep it together, to keep the ship together, and I end up trying to keep myself together. Absolutely makes sense. What do I roll for that?
Edge.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have edge.
Yeah, you got a ton of edge. You should be
Yeah.
okay. It'll be
Lots of
fine.
edge. 9.
Wow, nice. Okay. So on a 7 to what were you trying to avoid? Not being hurt, I assume, right? But,
yeah, not being hurt.
okay.
You know, like I don't know specifically what I mean, there are things shooting at us, so
Yeah.
probably like something blows up, or there's like a hull breach somewhere, and I need to
nice.
I need to avoid the shrapnel coming at me, basically.
It's taxing, you lose all your edge. It's grueling, you mark a condition, or you lose something.
Let's see here. Oh, why not? I'll mark a condition.
All right.
Seems appropriate.
Cool. So yeah, you mark a condition as you get, you have to deal with a hull breach, right? And so you got to vac suit it and patch that thing up. And then Orana, you are able to make it clear of the tractor beam. And then all of a sudden, Proxy says,
Oh, I've always wanted to say this, Master Besh. Budget!
And I slam that button as hard as I've ever slammed that button.
As the Beldamite jumps into hyperspace, and just moments before Sath, you hear, impressive, Sathrangoth. But I will find you again. Then I'm going to kill your friends in front of you.
Cue credits.
Cue epilogues. We have a few minutes, so I'd love to do a round of epilogues since we're bringing the series to a close. Who would like to go first with epilogues?
I mean, I've got a pretty idea of what Sath's thinking. So there's like a scene, a tearful, at least in Sath's part, farewell of like, it's not forever, but sometimes families split up and people go their own ways, and I need to deal with this. And I can't have you all there while it's happening. And then you see Sath like reaching out for help on the holo comms and saying like, I can't have them with me, but I can't do this alone. you're the only other one I trust. And on the other side of the comms, you see TA 175. It says, I'll be at your side while you do this thing.
Nice.
Beautiful. I think we see like in some dingy spaceport somewhere, just a uh, chiss salesman showing off a like collection of cybernetic arms, lots of them with like weird like blade attachments, or like this one has like Wolverine claws that pop out of it or whatever, right? And like Zyrus is standing looking at all these options, and then he kind of sighs. He turns away at a different stall in this market. He pays some credits for a roll of chef's knives, and then like we cut to back on the ship. Zyrus in the galley, just practicing cooking, trying to fill the gap left by our previous captain. And he's just he's chopping one-handed, right? He's just relearning a different way here.
That's so cool.
I think like as he's doing that, you just hear a voice from the doorway. It's like, I could rig something up, and you could do that, and you could also like shoot anybody coming up at you in any direction.
I'll think about it, Val.
Yeah, let me know. Preferably while we're in port, because I don't think too would appreciate me borrowing their arm. So
here, try this pork sandwich. I think I finally got it right.
Sure. I'd like sit down and try the sandwich. It's like, hey, better than last time. It's good.
Nice.
Okay. I'd like to have a little vignette, and the I don't know who I'd be being brought to, but the scene is Orana's in cuffs and is being led to an imperial something or other. I don't know, like a judge, or I don't know, somebody important. And she gets up there and she's standing tall, and it's obvious that, yeah, probably another ex of mine. But the key point is that there are a couple of stormtroopers that don't look quite like they ought to, and I know that Zyrus and Val have infiltrated like they're supposed to, and we're gonna get out of this one yet again. So
it's a moment where Val just kind of lowers some kind of jowl part of a mask. We all
right.
go, oh, it's Val. It's so cool.
Yeah, I figured I'd do an homage to
Love
other
it.
Star Wars stuff. Yeah. All right, so that's mine.
I love
Good.
it.
Bethany, did you have anything more you wanted to do for Val?
Nah, I don't have any good ideas. So.
Okay. Cool.
I was wondering if Val ever gets caught up on the Belden Mites to-do list, and if it's always consistently putting out a series of fires.
Oh no, it's
one of its-
definitely putting out fires. Yeah, I mean,
It's just the way the Beldamite flies.
I think if there's an epilogue, it's you see Val finally like crossing off the last thing, and immediately something like there's an explosion on the other side of the ship.
Nice. Oh, that's good stuff. Cool. So no need for wishes, but I'd love to do a round of stars as we bring this series to a close. Remember, these stars are highlights of particular moments or character actions that will stick with you. And if you wanted to, jump back to previous sessions, feel free. If you want to stick it to just what's fresh in your mind, that's a-okay too. Who'd like to go first for stars?
I don't mind going first.
Okay.
I love the sibling rivalry between Mirax and Arana, just on all the levels. And when she leaned in and is like, you can have Cyrus. It's like, oh dang, is that even something Arana was actually thinking about? And is it something she's thinking about now? And the little moments of comedy that we interjected were nice, because there was some real heavy stuff. And I think it was done well. Like some of those heavy conversations, especially the one that Seth had with Arana, where I was like, just as a person, I'm grappling with some of these issues that we're bringing up. So I have to stop and think of what my feelings are before I can then process what Seth's feelings might be. So it was definitely a emotionally resonant conclusion to the arc, which I appreciated. And we were so close to having the perfect. I was like, oh, I rolled a 6, and then Cyrus can just bump it up, and then we'll see teamwork and family. And oh crap, out of edge. Okay.
Cool. Thank you, Keith. That was lovely. Who's next?
I mean, we did have a moment of teamwork when like everybody decided to fight. I suddenly forgot his name.
Dalma Cool?
Dalma Cool at the same time. Yeah. Like I think everyone shot, stabbed, or tackled him at some point. So like that was the entire moment of teamwork.
You took down all 4 of
good.
his conditions.
That's
He
good.
he kept biting it. Just you guys messed him up.
Oh, NPCs have conditions. Oh, that's so cool. I just have been running this with like very little infrastructure on the NPC side, so I'm interested to hear what your approach
Just
has
had a
been as
mental
GM.
map of like conditions, like masks kind of deal was
Yeah.
generally what I was going with for like named NPCs that felt significant, but everything else was pretty much, did you make the roll? Okay, awesome. That kind of deal.
Yeah, no, that totally tracks. I've loved this series, Rich. I'm really pleased to have gotten to play it. I also love the unexpected place Xyrus ended up, because I was all set to have him like go out in a blaze of glory at some point in this episode, but like losing an arm and then learning how to cook was not the way I thought his finale would go.
Such a cool epilogue. I love that.
But it just became clear that's what he had to do, especially as a callback to Pat Creech also, just because there have been so many crewmates who have been so important in this series. I think a big star to Orana overall, being the unexpected conscience of the crew, including in moments where she makes a call that she's not sure about, and then is tormented by it afterwards. It made for a really compelling character and compelling story throughout the series. So that's another big star, and obviously big stars to Rich for taking my system and running it, and discovering stuff about it along the way, and especially for voice modulators for droids, because those are very good.
Yay. Thank you.
Well, big star to Alexi for letting the dismemberment occur, right? Like you could have X-carded that, or script changed, whatever you wanted to do on that. And sometimes rolling with the punches can be difficult. So I appreciated letting the story go in that direction. And thank you for Rich to always giving me the tough choices. And thank you to Sath for making me make his decisions for him, or those decisions for them. That was, but I liked how it came down to how can I impress Orana? Like I thought that was like the most interesting thing, was just wanting Sath to find some convictions and work through them. And I mean, thank you to all of you for making this happen. It's been one of the best campaigns, and like one of my favorite all-time characters. I wouldn't have had this character placard made behind me here on my screen if I wasn't invested in this character so much. Yeah, probably a character I'll recall for years to come. So thank you for letting me be in it.
I ship Orana and Mugaktor hard. Just saying. I stand them.
I love it because like I think it's interesting because like usually I'm into the romance kissy, and this time it was more interesting to be like, will they, won't they, as opposed to yes they did. So
Cool. All right. We good? Just 3 minutes past, so I have a few stars. Alexi star for making this game that I really enjoyed when you ran it back during the GCOG in Q4, and I was just itching to play it. Thank you for updating it and handing it off to me with so much, like it was really easy to run. Like I had everything I needed, and it kept improving, like the little tweaks and stuff that we did as we played. You being there to advise me if like I was thinking this, like, oh yeah, or suggesting, oh, it could be this. That was helpful to get me in the rhythm of it. And I really felt comfortable in this second go. So Bethany, ignore all that stuff about me saying that I needed help and everything, because all you know is that I was pretty good at this thing. And so that's good. And so a big star. Alexi, I love Zyrus's voice, like the gruff voice that you do. It's just so good. It's so fun. It's such a great Mandalorian riff in a very interesting direction that I quite like. I quite like that character. Bethany, thanks for bringing back Val. I mean, I think making a new character would have been cool too, but just thinking of those like happy thoughts of the Impulse Drive game that we played before and seeing her thrown in this wholly new situation was great. And you're so funny, man. I'm so glad that there's a comic relief aspect mechanically for this game, although it didn't exactly benefit us as much as I was hoping. But dang, you just like nailed it. You were funny all the time. So good. No wonder you had Edge all the time. Keith, I admire that you played the Jedi. So for those who know about me in Star Wars Saturdays, I try like hell not to have PC Jedi because they take over. They do. And it's, it gets weird and awkward. And while I definitely leaned this last session into a lot of Jedi shit, Keith, I love that you always tried to pull other players in, try to pull their characters into decisions to push and pull on Sath, and made Sath a little bit of a everymanish kind of in the like Greek play kind of sense, like not gendered, but like, you know what I mean, like every person kind of deal that still needed to figure stuff out. And that was fun. I enjoyed how you played Sath. Sath was an engaging character that made mistakes and was youthful and very fun. Every Kafar. Thank you. Kai, I'm really happy that you played Orana with such gusto. It was so fun to see you so fully engaged this character, just chewing scenery and like being the captain and making the hard choices and like calling people out occasionally. It was really, really fun. I just delighted in watching you embody that character. So all of you were excellent. You're wonderful. You spoil me. I'm sad to let this game go. It's been really fun. Thank you all so much. And with that, we'll bring the recording to a close.